Welcome, I'm Mark Satov. I'm very excited to have Steve Falk with me here today. Steve runs a company called Prime Data. Prime operates at the intersection of traditional media and e-commerce, and so I think his offering is very interesting and he'll tell us about it. Welcome, Steve. Thanks for coming.
Thanks a lot, Mark. Prime Data is a company that uses data to drive communications with clients and donors. We help our clients do better fundraising, do better marketing and sales, all driven through data.
So can you walk me through a customer's journey where they may be online and they have an experience and then you come in?
Sure. So we're very familiar with abandoned shopping carts.
Sure.
That would be a typical example of a triggered activity that would put a piece of mail in your hand. So you're online, you're maybe shopping for a pair of shoes, you abandon, the phone rings or it's the end of your break at work because most purchasing is done at work, it turns out.
Okay.
And so you abandon and you would typically get an email if there's a strategy at all, right? And so the email comes minutes later offering you free shipping or 20% off, that kind of thing. And if you're typical, 70-80% of those people never open that email. It just goes into the spam folder. So a big chunk of your great engaged customers never see your communication. But what we do is we take pieces like this, and the next morning in the mail, we're firing them out to you. So we have your address because you're a great customer at our website. You've bought shoes before, and you left these red shoes in the shopping cart. So we can actually print the.
So this is a screenshot of the shoes that you had.
That's right. So somebody might choose to not use the exact item.
Okay.
And use a generic subject like shoes.
Right.
But we can actually pull the item that they abandoned in the shopping cart in, offer whatever chosen discount or test some, free shipping versus 20% off, and then promo codes. So the promo codes obviously give you the ability to track this.
So given that you're able to track and measure the response rates, are you able to share any sort of differences between the response rates that your mail pieces have? I won't call them a direct mail piece, but we know what they are.
Yeah.
And what you would send if it didn't come sort of as part of a digital strategy?
Well, typically open rates are very low.
Sure.
So
sure, we know that.
Let's just put it a different way.
Okay.
70% of the people aren't getting your message at all.
For sure.
So we're now putting a message in front of 70% of your clients or donors that they never saw before. So immediately your response rate is much higher because the people that are responding, it's a bigger pool of people.
So if you're able to share a couple of innovations that may be in the pipe for you in terms of how you're going to continually develop these types of solutions for marketers?
One of them is for a large group of our clients are fundraisers. So from political fundraisers to hospitals, environmental groups, and they're great innovators. In fact, the e-commerce value that we respond to is that your e-commerce person gets this kind of virtual world that's not very touchy-feely. It's not a great customer service engagement thing. Some people do it fantastically, like Uber and Airbnb and things like that have this, but more or less buying something online feels a little cold. So when something like paper, it's a warm media, arrives, it's like, wow, they care about me. And the same thing happens in the donor world. So if you send a thank you after an online gift, and it just comes in an email, and it's a generic 13 seconds after you gave.
You know that it's an algorithmic thing, so why would you even pay attention?
Imagine the difference if you get a nice piece of mail that maybe is segmented by where you targeted the gift, etc.
Very interesting. So
responsive receipt is something we just launched last month at the AFP, that's the Association of Fundraising Professionals.
I was wondering, as we conclude here, are you able to summarize in one sentence what is your customer strategy?
Our customer strategy. Our customer strategy in one sentence. We love to have long-term relationships. We build relationships that are about understanding each other's needs, and we like to make people better fundraisers and marketers and salespeople through what we provide.
That's great. Well, thank you so much. It's been fascinating to hear your story.
Thanks, Mark.